Welcome. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. Today's episode of Shitting on School is going to be on school bells and how there is literally no fucking reason they should be the way they are. This is obviously going to be one of the more petty things I bitch about, but if it's on something that's solely there to make your life worse, and you bet your sweet ass I'm going to take a fat, steamy load all over it. So, first of all, school bells should not sound the way they do. That's probably what you would hear every hour or so in your generic American high school, and it is fucking obnoxious. It is actually painful on the ears. It's like listening to someone fucking scrape a fork against a chalkboard. You know what? I would rather sit down with 14 surround sound stereo speakers right up against my eardrums and just watch an audio wave of someone scraping a knife against a ceramic plate. That would be a more pleasant experience. That sound right there is the same goddamn bell used in prisons, which I guess is fitting because school strips you of your rights anyways. School is just quite literally, under a lot of definitions, a glorified prison, with a few extra bells and whistles attached to make it seem better. Yeah, out of every single sound, you choose to blast this screeching hunk of fuck through the loudspeakers. You couldn't choose a more pleasant sound. Was that all there was in the goddamn catalog you had to choose from? And that's not even the worst part, believe it or not. That bell over there sounding like someone fucking flatlining dictates what you do all day, every day, while you're stuck in this hellhole we call school. You heard me right. This steamy pile of straight dog shit tells you when to leave class, when to get to class, when you get to eat food, how much longer you get to use the bathroom for. I don't think I need to elaborate much more on this since most of my demographic is still in school. Here's a little bit of trivia that you can save in your back pocket for later. Guess what other place has this exact same system? Prison. Yeah, you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to connect these dots. You don't need a PhD to figure out that there's some kind of correlation here. I don't know who sat down and thought, yeah, this is a sound kids would want to hear throughout the day, but he must have been overdosing on straight battery acid and crocodile. I thought school was supposed to make me feel like I'm in a safe learning environment, but this shit just makes me feel like an inmate at a county jail. It's fucking awful. Okay, so picture this, you're finished with your class, and that fucking foghorn comes on over the loudspeaker, giving your eardrums the equivalent to the bukkake treatment, and then you get the sudden urge to take a shit. Satan himself came up from hell and is now just haunting your colon. So you go to the bathroom ready to rip ass, just ready to tear the bitch down, and then you hear this sound. Yeah, that bell over there means you've got about 2 minutes left to use that turbo shitter. Ye fucking haw. Yeah, that's what I want when I'm using the bathroom. I want to be rushed by a bell telling me to hurry up, or I get fucking detention for being a couple seconds late to class. You're not safe anywhere from that bell. It's like the goddamn boogeyman. He just comes after you. You literally can't even shit without there being a deadline, a fucking timer for how long you have left to shit. Like, fuck off, man. Just let me shit in peace. Jesus. Is there not a single place in the sweatshop that we call school where I can relax and just have a breather? I also love when teachers say, "The bell doesn't dismiss you, I do," because it perfectly goes against their "you have to arrive before the bell rings" policy. Like, shit, man, if the bell doesn't dismiss me, then I guess it doesn't decide when I show up to class either. Like, you can't have one and not the other. That's not how this works. I mean, if bells don't dismiss me, then why the hell do they even exist? I think that just further reinforces my belief that the bells are just there to make your life more miserable than it already is. You thought going to school and wasting 7 hours of your life doing literally nothing was bad enough, but nope, they have all this other random shit thrown in there to make the experience even worse. The least America could do is just take one out of Japan's playbook and replace the bells with a more soothing sound, At least the schools in Japan have a bell that's not fucking nasally screeching into your eardrums, damn near giving your eardrums hemorrhoids every time you hear it. I just don't get it. Is it really that hard to make the bells play a new sound? I see that you guys have money for a 4K flat screen TV to put at the front of the school nobody gives a shit about. So it can't really take that much to just replace the fucking banshee scream you guys play over the loudspeakers. I don't know, I just wanted to make a video on this because there is no reason for school bells to sound like this. Like, I understand why we have them. It's to keep everything in order because it's not exactly easy to command 500 brainwashed zombies around all day for 7 hours. But you couldn't have chosen a better sound. You had to pick the worst possible one. You know, you might as well go around in classrooms and just start shooting students in the ears with staple guns to let them know that it's time to switch classes. I don't know why they want to make it feel like we're perpetually inside a prison, but I guess that's just the direction school wants to go in. And they're out here wondering why we don't take this shit seriously. I see them shitting their diapers over when we get a 60% on our test. Like, oh man, that's going to be so detrimental to my future. Oh yeah, numbers going to determine my worth in society. Yeehaw, am I right, guys? School is like that one friend who's not self-aware enough to realize he's the asshole in the friend group, and nobody likes him, but he still keeps on going. Let me give all of you a little nugget of information. Did you know that the number one leading cause of suicide is depression? One of the biggest causes of depression is stress. Man, it's almost as if school hands out something daily that causes stress. If you guessed homework, then you guessed right. Boy oh boy do I love spending 7 hours doing nothing at school, and then going home and stressing for 4 hours over more nothing. Yeehaw. Yeah, that's what I want to do at home. I want to spend my time doing useless shit that holds no value in society. You know, you don't need to be an up-and-coming Einstein to see the correlation here. You don't need 200 IQ to put these two puzzle pieces together. Those hours that kids spend on homework, they're not getting that back. You know, that time could be better spent letting kids, you know, be fucking kids. But fuck them, I guess. This is a whole nother topic, but schools just shoves a stick up their ass and pretends to be blind when presented with facts. I just don't get it. But yeah, that's about it. Take it easy, everyone.